Chapter 9. Come, Goldie! Lizzie knelt down with her arms wide open. Goldie dashed across the yard so fast that she tumbled head over heels twice before she got to Lizzie. "Oh, what a good girl!" Lizzie said. "Come, Goldie!" Charles called from another corner of the yard. Goldie took off at a gallop. Charles was so proud of Goldie for running so fast. "Look at her go," Sammy said. He looked at the list and said, "I think we can check off comes to and call," he said. "She sure knows how to do that." "And sit, and even stay," Lizzie added Lizzie. "She's already got those nailed." Charles kissed the top of Goldie's head as he cuddled the wriggling pup in his arms. Operation Goldie was a success so far. Lizzie said they could only train Goldie for 10 minutes because they had a time because of her short attention span. But she had learned so much in 1 week. She really was the smartest little puppy ever. And Charles had been watching Sammy with Goldie. His friend was great with the puppy. Maybe the plan would really work, and maybe Sammy's parents would agree to keep her. Charles would get to play with her every day and watch her grow up. He could already see himself and Sammy throwing balls for Rufus and a grown-up Goldie, taking the dogs for a swim at the Loon Lake, and showing them off at the library's annual pet show. "And it's been," Sammy said as he checked the sheet, "whole 3 days since she made a mistake in the house." 2 days, said Lizzie. "Don't you remember that little incident in the entryway?" "That doesn't count," Charles said. "She was trying to get outside." He kneeled down to give Goldie a rub. "Weren't you, girl?" he asked. "The tuna's gotten a lot better, too," Lizzie said. "The only thing she destroyed lately is Ducky, and that's okay since he was a dog toy." "She destroyed Ducky?" Sammy asked. He looked upset. "Well, not really destroyed," Charles said. "Let's just say he's a lot thinner than he used to be, and probably won't be flying south for the winter." Charles laughed. He reached down to pat Goldie. "That's okay, Goldie. Rufus was getting tired of that old toy anyways. I think Goldie will be ready to show off to your parents in just a few more days," Lizzie said. "Charles, Lizzie," their mom was standing at the back door. "Guess what? We just got another phone call. Another family is interested in adopting Goldie." Charles, Lizzie, and Sammy all stared at another. This was terrible news. Nobody else could not adopt Goldie. Not now. Not when they had worked so hard for it. But come on in, I'll tell you all about it, said Mom. Sammy, Lizzie, Charles, and Sammy all went inside. The news got worse and worse. According to this mom, this family sounded great. They weren't old folks living in an RV. They had 3 kids, and they lived in the country where Goldie could have lots and lots of room to roam. They were even coming over right now to see Goldie. They would be there in half of an hour. When their mom left the kitchen after telling them about the phone call, Lizzie and Charles and Sammy just sat there. They all stared at Goldie. "Well, I guess that's it," Sammy said sadly. "We'll never see her again." "I can't stand it," Lizzie said, getting down on the floor to cuddle with Goldie.
Well, that's good.
Oh, hey, Dad.
I like your pumpkin.
Good. I'm kind of busy now.
Okay, all right. I'll talk to you later.
Come on, you guys, Charles said.
I'm going to be outside cooking later if you want to come out, okay?
We can't give her up yet. What other choice do we have? Sammy asked. we show her off to your parents. Now, Charles said. Sure, we wanted to train her for another few days, but she's nearly perfect. I bet they'll love her. Lizzie and Charles and Sammy all looked at one another. Yes, it was time. Lizzie started getting all bossy and making plans. Okay, she said. Let me see that checklist. First, we need to figure out all the things we want to show off. First, we'll have her sit. Then we'll show her how well she can stay. Goldie could tell something exciting was happening, but until she did, she decided she might as well have a drink. She was so thirsty, she wandered over to her bowl and drank some water. She then laid it in her water bowl a little bit because she liked how the cool water felt on her little feet. This was fun. She had another drink. Then suddenly Charles came over and picked her up. Ready to show off your stuff, Goldie? He asked. This is the big time. You have to do your very, very best. Goldie licked his face. Charles laughed and gave her a kiss on the nose. Let's go, girl, he said. When they got to Sammy's house, Sammy put Rufus in the downstairs den and shut the door. They had agreed that Goldie would have been more impressive if she wasn't so distracted. He then called his parents into the living room. I know you think having a puppy's much too bother, he said, but this one is different. She's perfectly trained, and she won't be any trouble at all. Sammy, his dad began. Please, Dad, Sammy begged. Can we just show you all the things Goldie can do? Sammy's mom and dad looked at each other. Okay, his dad said, leaning back on the couch. Let's see this perfect dog perform. Lizzie was first. Here, Goldie, she called, and Goldie came trotting over. Goldie, sit, Lizzie said. Goldie sat. Sammy's mom clapped her hands. Excellent, she cheered. Then Sammy called Goldie. When he came down, he praised her. Then he said, Goldie, down. Goldie lay down, her eyes on Sammy's face. That made Charles feel a little jealous, but he was also proud of Goldie. Wow, said Sammy's dad. That is really good. Then Charles called Goldie. Goldie, here, he said with a big smile. He had a good feeling about the way this was going. Goldie started to run over to Charles, but on her way, she stopped at a pretty rug under the piano. She sniffed, she squatted, and she peed.